key intellectual challenge here is blurring the boundary between humans and devices, synthetic devices. We think by creating an intimacy between the human body and devices, we can greatly affect humans physically. So there's two key applications. One is human rehabilitation. So if a person suffered a stroke or limb amputation, we develop systems to help them move again. This is now a product that was launched, I guess now 2 years ago. And inside the knee, the blue cover of the knee, is a computer microprocessor. And there's various sensors inside. So the knee is programmed to adapt its own resistance to meet the needs of the patient. So this is Cindy walking up steps. That's the first time she walked up and down stairs normal in her life. She was born with her condition. So she was so excited because she had never done that. We envision a future where, imagine instead of going to a bike rack, you go to a leg rack and you strap on these fancy pants and you can go anywhere your legs can take you. Wheels, right, are so limited. It's hard to go up and down steps and cross very rough terrain. But imagine a world where we could augment our limbs and run 70 miles per day through the wilderness, for example, day after day.
The loss meaning that the motor is adding energy to the person. And the conventional prosthesis is just a package. That's why most of the time people...
We've already measured with conventional technology. My most comfortable speed is 1 meters per second. And with this, with just power on one side, I walk at 1.4. So if I had power on two sides, I'll just absolutely turbocharge. Yeah. No, it's fun.
We need steroids now.
The only way I can describe it is when you're at the airport and you hit the moving walkway, and you just take off.
And you're still walking.
Yeah, that's what it's like for me. Which I haven't felt that in 20 years.
Wow.
That's when I lost my legs in 1982.
So would these be like for war veterans and people of that nature?
Yes, as well as the civilian population.
I came in later. Is it both legs then? Or?
I have both legs, but I only have the power prototype on one side. This side is conventional.
Okay.
So will you commercialize this technology?
That's our intent.
Oh.
Not here, but a company else.
Okay. So we believe your technology will help many people as well.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
And then my goal is to really make prostheses a lot better for people, and then maybe do a $100 leg, and so that everybody in the world can benefit from high technology.
At that time, my main interest is to build walking mobile, but not building prosthesis. But when I came to his office, he tried to convince me to build a prosthesis instead of building a leg robot, because building a leg robot doesn't have any direct impact to the society. So what he convinced me is you can use the same knowledge to build something which is useful to the disabled person.
You made me restart thinking about the PhD stuff.
Sorry.
How am I gonna decide?
Have someone that you trust and admire make the decision for you. Isn't that weak? Sure you can bring out in you what you truly, in your heart of hearts, wish to do.
Okay.
You may actually want to get a PhD, but you're too frightened to take action.
turtles. Show them how. Hey, dude. Thanks, Croc.
Did you get enough to eat for dinner?
Now he's hiding behind one of.
Come on, let's find him. Come on, let's find him.
Go ahead, Alex. I'll jump in this up. Is that him now?
Yep.
Oh, there is. All right, guys.
Look at that.
Alex, get away from the driveway, honey. I don't want you to get mushed.
Come on.
Come on, honey. Back up.
We're backing up now.
Okay, that's good.
Come on. The lights are on.
Hey, girl. How are you?
It's cute watching the kids help him with his legs in the morning. And they put his legs on for him. Both of them are very serious about it. It's very cute. I'm gonna start getting pictures because they stand around and they help him with his legs. And at night, you know, if he gets home before they go to bed, which is about like 70% of the time, they'll help him, you know, take his legs off. And sometimes if he's without his legs, often at night he'll take his legs off and be without his legs. And sometimes that bothers Sage. She'll come up to him and she'll start trying to drag his legs over to him. Like, you forgot these. No.
When I run uphill, I hit the very front of the spring. And because of that, the spring is very compliant compared to if I hit further back towards the heel. So it's when I run uphill, it's softer than when I run on flat surfaces.
So you actually get your idea of research like every single moment.
Research is life, and life is research.
You didn't plan to be a researcher when you were a teenager.
No, I planned to be an athlete. Hit a few bumps on the road. So it says I Walk, it's the name of the climb. Received a second ascent after 20 years. So I actually did the second ascent. Here's what the editor writes. Months later, double amputee Hugh Herr made an ascent using prosthetic feet that he'd specially designed to slip into the tiny pin scars. Though impressive, Herr's ascent can't be considered a legitimate free ascent. And then there are several
letters to the editor written. People upset.
Really?
With the editor. So, City Park bark. Your discrediting of Hewher's ascent of City Park makes it obvious that you lack an understanding of what it is to climb as an amputee. Before you jump to any conclusions of what constitutes a legitimate free ascent, quote unquote, take a second to mull over just a couple of details that separate an amputee climber from the rest of the world. Hew outfitted himself with the most logical solution for the situation, hatchet feet, and if you complain that it offered him an advantage, then tough shit. He figured out the best way to use what he's got. What do you expect him to do? Put a pair of Timberlands on his feet? To say that Hew didn't free City Park is simply incorrect. He did free it. Advantage or no advantage. And he did it in better style, ground up, than any of the other ascensionists. You guys sound like a bunch of sissies, taking for granted your intact arms and legs. Your whining about his ascent not being legitimate is nauseating. Congratulations, Mike Schaefer, on a strong third free ascent of City Park. Peter Davis, Durango, Colorado.
He says he really enjoyed his childhood. You know, they've been climbing a lot. I think at the age of 11, he could take a Greyhound bus somewhere with his brother, like several states away, and go climbing or hang out, go camping, and come back a couple weeks later. You know, he was a brilliant climber, but he couldn't care less about academics when he was in high school, and he got like C's and D's. So everything after high school was completely self-taught after the accident. He decided he wanted to learn, and then he learned.
Are you going to walk through the ceremony?
I hope I can.
Are your parents coming?
No.
No? Your parents aren't coming to your own graduation?
My dad doesn't take airplanes.
Why?
Because his best friend died in a...
Recently?
No, before I was born.
So that was your mother I met?
Right. So she was here already, so... I don't know. If I get a PhD from MIT, then probably my dad would consider coming.
There you go.
Even
Seems like an easy decision to me. You gotta do what's right.